Hey guys, today we're going to be going over how to use our DaVinci Resolve presets like a true pro. This is just a general overview video, and you can find more details about what's in each of our specific preset packs in our other videos on this channel. So let's dive into DaVinci and see how to make the most of our presets. Right, so I've installed my presets and started a project with a simple Minecraft background and a blank character on the timeline. Let's open up effects and let's have a look at what's in here. And let's start with a preset from the Finzar Animations pack, currently available on the Store's website. I'm just going to drag and drop this super smooth bounce onto the character, and the preset has been applied. Let's have a look. It all looks good, and you could leave things at that, but let's go into how to customize this preset like a pro and open up the presets Fusion page. So go up here to the top right and press this button to get to the Fusion page of the preset. The preset is this macro tool over here in the bottom left, and as you can see, it's on our node tree. Now, if nodes and the Fusion page worry you, then don't be scared. This is where you can customize things really easily. Tick this little box next to the spline editor here to bring up the preset's keyframes. If you don't have the spline editor open, just open it with this box in the top right. You probably won't see the keyframes straight away, so press this box for a full view. Now you can see the keyframes. To make this bounce shorter, we could highlight the keyframes and drag them backwards to make the movement quicker. Or change these keyframes one at a time. That way we can really customize how long the bounces are. Then just click down here to get back to the main edit page. So let's get rid of that preset and try another. I'm going to apply this super smooth rotation slide preset. Now let's go into its Fusion page as we did before. Tick the box in the spline editor and let's press this button to see all of our keyframes. You can see that this preset has a few more keyframes on different values. We can drag these around just as we did before, and by holding down Alt on the keyboard, we can make sure that these values are only changing in the direction that we want them to. So we can make that a quicker slide and rotation or a longer slide and rotation. Let's remove that preset and take a look at what else is available here. The animation pack has a whole load of character animations like shaking and nudging, as well as slides, all ready to drag and drop onto your characters. But let's move forward and add a slide left. With our preset added, to move to the character's final position, you're going to want to change the transform values in the top right. These are the values for the clip rather than the effect itself. That way, you don't actually mess with the keyframes of the preset. So let's change the size and rotation of our character, and he will slide into that position. As you can see, part of the hand is now visible on the slow part of the slide due to the character's width. If you're a perfectionist like me and you don't want this, then we can go to the beginning of the slide where the first keyframe is, and we can change the position value. Let's increase that. Now we only see the slide happening at its full speed. I've also added a DaVinci Resolve logo to our scene. Let's go into our animation 2 pack and add a slide up. And now we have two cool animations in the scene. I also want the background to blur as the character enters, and we have a preset just for that. However, it's happening in the wrong place at the clip, as I want the blur to happen as the character slides in. Let's line up our playhead when we want the blur to begin and then go into that Fusion page. We can then drag those keyframes around to match the slide. And with a little bit of adjusting, we can get that looking much better. Just note that I have had to turn down the playback resolution on DaVinci, as it can be quite taxing on your computer. Let's move on to another example of a really useful preset, the bounce. So I drag and drop this bounce from the animation pack onto the character, and now he's bouncing. I can adjust this further so that the bounce starts after the slide is ended, rather than during the slide. So back into the Fusion page of the effect. Let's see when we want the keyframes to begin, and then I'm going to remove the first bounce. And now the character starts bouncing just as I want. Another common animation is the slide out, but these can be a little bit more complicated. On the timeline, I have the DaVinci logo sliding in, and then I make a cut where I want the slide out to begin. However, as you can see, applying it's not working as intended and just disappears. If we go into the Fusion page, you can see that the keyframe begins in the 40s, rather than at 0 because of the cut we made. There are two fixes for this. The first is that we can slide those keyframes along in the spline editor so that they line up with where we want the slide out to begin. The second is that we can go back into the edit page and delete the preset that's already there. Right-click the clip and create new Fusion clip. Then you just add the preset as normal and it will work. Just note that this creates a new clip in your media pool. Another common way to use presets is on adjustment layers. So let's add one to our project from the effects panel. Probably the most common use here is with zooms, and there are plenty of cool zooms in our advanced preset pack, including the one with a shake built in. Just be warned, playback may be quite slow with one of these on, especially if you have plenty of animations already in your scene. You can apply a variety of effects here, like this film grain or this glitch overlay, but again, these can be quite taxing. We also have preset transitions, which you can just drag and drop on between the two clips on the timeline. Then you can change the length of these to speed them up or slow them down. Finally, for this demonstration, let's add some text. So let's do this from the Finzar subtitles preset pack and go for this cool bouncy text. We can go and change the size super easily. Then we can change the color, add some black outlining, change the thickness of that text, and finally change the position of the text on the screen. We have a whole range of presets to play with, allowing you to customize your videos in really exciting ways, from lens flares to vignetting to camera shakes, and they're all super easy to use. And now you can start messing around with them like a pro. Make sure that you go and check out www.storesar.com, sign up to our mailing list, and stay up to date with our most recent presets and courses. And also subscribe and make sure to check out our other tutorials on our other presets. All right, see you later.